Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to skip an intro and get right into a review today. We've got several things to cover, so I should probably call it an overview because I've covered some of these items before. But what you're looking at is 5 offerings from ExactRail. We've got the CSX Transportation Berwick 7327 boxcar up front, the ADM Milling Company Evans 4780 covered hopper, the Bartlett & Company PS-4427 cubic foot grain hopper here, the LouisDreyfus Corporation PS-4427 cubic foot grain hopper there, and then you've got the beer car, the Golden West Service PC and F 62 foot insulated boxcar, also known as the beer car. Now all of these are equipped with KD number 58 couplers, except for the beer car, which has McHenry couplers, so I'm not going to be repeating myself over and over on that. And then all of these have the 100-ton ASF ride control trucks with 36-inch CNC machined wheels, except for the family line system here, which has the CNC 33-inch wheels, and it's on ExactRail Barber 70-ton S-2 trucks. So that just gets some of the similarities and differences out of the way up front. Now let's take a look at each one of these up close for a quick minute, and we'll cover these. Most of these were requests for schemes, not really review items. I just want to see what they look like in the schemes in this beautiful 1080p HD. So let's take a closer look, and we'll just go over some real quick details that pop out on each model and get you guys out of here and completed for another review. Let's take a look. First up is the Berwick 7327 boxcar. This is in CSX Transportation patched scheme, so you got a patch. It used to be family line system. Nice patch there, nice two-tone color on this car. If you look on the ends, the first thing you're probably going to notice is they have coupler cut levers and silver tipped in brake lines, along with those heavy-duty metal couplers that we talked about earlier. And those nice crew access stands on each end are etched metal. On this end you've got the brake wheel, which is nicely done. It's kind of hard to focus on here, but you see the detail ladder on each end. Real thin, prototypically correct ladders. You know, with all the ExactRail products that I've ordered, never had a broken part, which is surprising because I have all of their refrigerator cars, several other items. Looking at the bottom, you got brake line detail all along the bottom here, including those nice ride ASF 100-ton trucks, or in this case I believe they're actually Barber 70-ton trucks, like I mentioned earlier. Sorry. And that is about it. We're going to go on this car. I do want to mention some prices real quick. This is May 10th, so these prices may change, but as of May 10th, the date of this recording, we've got the MSRP is $38.95, but they're on sale on ExactRail's website at $32.95. Only available exclusively through ExactRail's website. I'll put the link below at ExactRail.com. This only has 3 road numbers showing available, so you can take that for what it's worth, and the first road number only has 11 left, again as of today's date. So we've got a lot more to cover, so we're going to go ahead and move on to some of the other products and show you what's available on those. Next up is the Evans 4780 covered hopper and ADM. This MSRP is for $40.95, available on sale right now for $32.95. They've got several different road numbers available. Looks like about 6 road numbers still available in stock right now on ExactRail's website. Air is 70s to present, so it's still available for you uber modern modelers, just like the family lines was, I forgot to mention. Now this car has some nice detail as well. It's a nice blue ADM scheme. I'm colorblind, so if it's not blue I apologize, because any green gets in there, and it does look like it has a touch of green, and it starts messing with my color vision. A lot of people don't know that about me. But anyway, you got the ADM logo nice and clear on the side. All ExactRail stuff has been clear and legible under magnification. They have a refined printing process. I've never seen any issues on their cars with that. You've got the brake wheel on the end here. It's nicely done. KD number 58, as we mentioned earlier, that I told you I wouldn't mention, but there I am mentioning. And then the thing about these hoppers that makes or break these things is the platforms on top. The sometimes etched metal, sometimes plastic. In this case it appears to be plastic, but it keeps it from warping, which is nice because a lot of the etched metal warps. You've got ladder detail all along the side, and you've got a little bit of brake line detail and those doors at the bottom so that the contents can come out nice and easy. And that's it on this car. Again, MSRP is going to run you $40.95, but on sale currently for $32.95. So be sure to check that out. Separately applied details like the grab irons and stuff like that are separately applied. You can see them pretty easily here because they're yellow on top. So those are separately applied grab irons. They look even, nice. Again, no bending or breaking of any parts on this ExactRail stuff. So with that said, let's move on to the next product. So now we're looking at the Bartlett and Company PS-4427 cubic foot grain hopper. This is in a TLDX urge scheme. Now, as we get into these hoppers, I'm going to sound a bit like a broken record because of the platforms on top. Platforms on top are all plastic, so you don't have to worry about any warping or anything like that. With this, you've got an MSRP of $44.95, on sale currently for $36.95. They're starting to limit the numbers that are available. They've got 6 different numbers available, but the first road number, 5504, is starting to sell out. So just something you guys may need to know if you're looking to get all 6 of these or looking for that first road number for any reason. So with these, like I said, they've gone with a plastic top for all the walkways instead of an etched metal. I think it's a good move because the etched metal sometimes warps, like I mentioned earlier. Nice detail on the end with the air hoses, silver tipped again, coupler cut levers, nice bracing detail in between, just really thin but sturdy detail. As you can see, these are super thin, but just still present, still very razor sharp, straight lines, no problems there. One thing that jumps out at me on this covered hopper is that, or grain hopper, is that the Bartlett and Company logo, you can see the attachment points for that logo, that sign on the side of these hoppers. They've got that on the car, so it's just an amazing detail. And they've even got the logo broken into 4 parts of the sign, just like the prototype, so they did a really good job there. And as always, again, going to sound like a broken record, but the print is clear and legible. But to go to that amount of detail, to break that off into 4 sections, or it looks like a line to appear like 4 sections, is pretty good detail. You know, you don't really require that as modelers sometimes, but they go that extra mile. Now, with the etched metal platforms, or the platforms that aren't etched metal, I should say, or plastic, you can see by looking at this angle that they're razor straight. No curves or bends because, you know, plastic helps to keep its shape that way, where the metal had problems with waves or just bowing. So with that said, that's another Platinum Series item available that was requested to view. Gave you the MSRP and all the other information on it. Keep in mind some of the things I mentioned at the beginning of the video apply to each of these, so I may not be covering some things that I covered at the beginning of the video. And I'm not covering everything because we've got time constraints. Alright, let's move on to the next hopper. So here we have the LouisDreyfus Corporation PS-4427 cubic foot grain hopper. A lot of the same things as the other one because they're both 4427 cubic foot grain hoppers. So I'm not going to sound like a broken record on any of this. The only thing that's really different, obviously, other than the scheme and stuff, is you've got the LDC sign here. There's not rivet detail, but that's because there wasn't on the prototype pictures I could find, even though the ones I did find were beat up pretty bad. But again, everything's clear and legible, and that's about it, guys. The MSRP on this one, I don't think varies much from the other one. The $44.95 MSRP with a $36.95 price as of May 10th on sale. ExactRail usually has most of their products on sale and you've got 6 road numbers available. And this as well, all are in stock on ExactRail's website. These are still running around as well. Era's 1960s at present, so you just got the two-tone top there. I'll show you real quick. And the bottom with the 3 bays. And that's all. Don't want to sound like a broken record, even though I did anyway, a little bit. Alright, let's move on to the next piece of rolling stock. Last piece of rolling stock is the Golden West Service PC&F 62-foot insulated boxcar, also known as the beer car. So this varies just a little, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, with the couplers. These are McHenry number 41 scale knuckle sprung couplers. They are metal, but they are McHenry. So for you KD fans, you may want to consider swapping those out. You know, don't get too upset. Don't need to go into depression about it, but they are McHenry, where most of the time you find KDs on the ExactRail products. Now it's got the coupler cut lever, etched metal ends, stands on the end, and again the brake line with the tipped, silver tipped ends. You know, detail that's not really seen much in rolling stock. Golden West Service is a scheme, nice blue color. I know this one's blue. And you've got the nice trucks that kind of take off on the layout if your layout's not perfect. There is the brake line detail on the bottom, so you can see what's going on down there. And just nicely done again by ExactRail on this car. As you can see, it's starting to take off. You've got ladders on the end that are nice and thin, like we mentioned on several of these. None of the ExactRail boxcar doors open. You know, some stuff people need to realize is obvious. I'm not going to mention in videos, but none of the doors open, even though prototype boxcar doors do open. So it might be a little inside joke for some of us. Well, guys, that about wraps up this. I do want to mention MSRP $44.95 on sale right now. ExactRail.com $36.95. Now this is all of May 10th, so if you go some other day and see different prices, don't come, you know, sending me a nasty email about, ooh, you said it was this price. May 10th, 2014, that's the prices available. Right now, 6 road numbers in stock for this item, so take it as it is. If it's different later, then I'm sorry I can't help you, but as of today's date, that's the information I have. Well, in hopefully short order, I'll have to do some editing, but we covered all 5 of the ExactRail releases. Thanks, guys, for the requests. You can be sure to continue the requests by visiting me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/HO Scale Product Reviews, or you can always message me through the YouTube system. I also have a mailing address that I've posted on the Facebook page, so you can go check out my mailing address, because I've had people request my mailing address to send me death threats or something, I don't know. But anyway, that is what's going on, so be sure to continue the requests. If you get an item, want an item requested, if I get enough emails about it, I'll try my best to do it. I'm not saying the lone wolf person that requests the, you know, really rare thing I can't review, but I have to limit my resources to the larger amount of requests. All 5 of these items I had several requests for, at least in the dozens, so I wanted to get these shown to you. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time right here on my channel. Take care.